Hello, happy. Wait, why is it not showing I'm live? Well, happy Saturday. I'm gonna post the message. There we go. Get your submissions in. If you haven't yet, put your beat in the channel. Anyone that's before this message is not going to be reviewed. So that means you again. Anyone after will. If you are a member, yo, what's good, Mihai? If you're a member, we're gonna start with you. You know the drill. We've been doing this for like, I don't know, like a year and a half now, 2 years. I don't know. Whoa, Jambe came prepared. Let's get started. Let's give Jambe some feedback. Yo, where the what? Why do I have no audio? What? God damn. Technical difficulties right off the bat. Yeah, it's smooth, it's sexy. My beef is there's like tiny things in the mix that kind of just bugged me at points. There's like a little bit of resonance at one point that was just a little too much, or like there was like this one section where it kind of got a tiny bit muddy. It's really minor. Overall, it's clean. Jambe, you cooked. I like the vibes. The vibes are very much there. Get comfy. I like this one, Jambe. I really like the vibe on here. I love the bounce. There's one thing I'm noticing: your beats are really like spacious in the sense that they have a lot of room for artists, which is good because I know like that's kind of what you're trying to go for. You cooked on this one. I think it's really good. I got no complaints with it. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. I think the snare is questionable. Everything else on it's pretty good. I feel like it could hit a tiny bit harder, but it's still pretty clean. It's just that snare made no sense to me. I didn't like the sound selection on it. I feel like you could have used it for like an intro bit, but past that, it should have switched at least. Is this shit working? What's going on? Why are we having every technical difficulty in the world right now? Damn. That's ridiculous. And annoying. Alright. I think we're good though. I don't know what's going on. Every single technical difficulty I've ever had in my life is just happening right now. Besides the point. Mihai, this is probably your best beat I've ever listened to from you. I like the melody. It's kind of catchy. It's got a nice vibe to it. Good sound selection for what you're trying to go for. It's pretty clean. I don't think it happened before. I don't know. I don't think it happened before either. I'm like a tech dude. I feel like this shouldn't happen. Whoa. I like the vibe on this. I just feel like it doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's very stagnant, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, I think there is the vibe here. I'm not too familiar with the genre. I know you are, so you probably know better than I do in terms of that. I think there's some good stuff. It's just kind of comes down to genre, not for me. The engineer, it's fine that you're late. On your jazz vibes, let's go. This is the type of beat that makes me want to comb my mustache, bro. It's clean, it's delicious. I think this is the best beat I've listened to today. It's unique a little bit. It's nice. It's a good vibe. Yeah, 70. This is the first peasant submission.
17.
Okay, listen, you were working on trying to get the beat perfect. It's not perfect. Because what is this drop? What is this bozo ass drop? I feel like you can be more creative than that. I really do. You just throw it at me. Come on. Come on, do better. honestly, I know everybody's like saying stuff in the comments like, "Oh, drums are harsh. The mixing is a little weird." Well, whatever the fuck, you know. My beef is the drop still. Okay. I really am just mad that you didn't get more creative with that. Like you just threw it at me like it's a Metro Boomin type beat from when Metro Boomin was starting out. You know what I mean? Give me variety. Give me something fun to enjoy. I'm always confused with this name. Thomas Problem. Alright, your question is how to deal with beat block. This isn't like a question and answer stream, it's a feedback stream. But I think this is a great beat to answer your question with. Don't do this. We don't need to do this. Experiment is good, but don't experiment like that. Honestly, I'm not even mad about the 808s. It's just like they're a little crisp at times, and also the glides, the wobbles are weird. You know what's sad? I've heard worse. I've definitely it's not bad necessarily. It's just not good. Alex. It feels like your mid-range is a little muddy from the bass. Like the bass is just taking up so much space kind of in the mid where your pluck lead thing kind of is supposed to be living a bit more. Low-key, I feel like with what you're trying to go for, it's a little fast. Above all else, this just feels like an attempt at a Two Hollis beat where like the mixing is kind of messy, it's dirty, the synthy sounds are kind of fighting for some of the same space, so it just gets really, really gross at times. EQ is going to be your best friend for that. Like anytime I'm working on that kind of track or anything like that, oh my god, FL Studio, bro, my FL Studio's been bugged. Alright, let's try this again. Anytime I have been working on anything and I have a bad mix, I go to EQ. My mids, that's where shit's gonna get muddy mostly in the melody. So just like take some of it out. I am still rocking the blue theme, yes sir. Spy movie ass beat. don't know what you did to make this, but you cooked. The only complaint I have is the trumpet is too loud. I know somebody said too much is going on. That's the point. It's supposed to be busy. God damn.
This is an Audible exclusive.
Reload.
Don't get me wrong, it's not like you've made a bad beat or anything necessarily. It's just like, this is the epitome of repetition. Like you've repeated the same thing for like 40 seconds. I'm bored. Give me something different. You gotta mix it up, add some variety, spice up everybody's life. It doesn't have to be the craziest thing either. You know what I mean? That like eagle scream sound, I don't know why it sounded like that. If I have to complain about this, I feel like my two biggest complaints are the fact that it just doesn't feel like it has much low end, like that low range frequencies. They're not really filled up too much, and the drums just kind of like they're over top of the beat a little too much. They're not really working together in terms of the mix, so it's kind of making for a little bit of a weird mix. Is it too late to submit? Yeah, you missed it by like 3 minutes. That kind of sucks. If you become a member though, you can submit whenever. I think it's clean. The strong point is the melody. The weak point is the drums. I wasn't too crazy about the drums. I feel like you should have taken those in a different direction. But I really liked the melody. I thought it was really nice. The way it kind of came in was cool. It was unique still too. Nangineer, I'm going to answer your question. Why is nobody getting pinned? Well, this is crazy that you ask. There is no longer a beat battle portion to the beat review streams. Instead, we're going to do another stream separate. And that's the beat battle. That's what we did last month. That's what we're doing this month. Get with the program. No, I'm kidding. You I don't know, you weren't here last month or something. We got David with 2 eyes. Listen, if this is a funk beat, we're gonna have issues. I like what you're doing with it. You have some good stuff going on with the drums. The 808, kind of the rolls were nice. The melody was cool. The snare sound was god awful. Don't ever use that snare sound for this beat again. Delete it. We're gonna come back here though. We got a members one. We got Mihai with his third submission.
It's afternoons like this one that make you happy to be alive, you know? If it weren't for times like today, I don't think I'd be able to go on. Especially when you're here constantly seeing people having to fight for their lives. That's why it's easier for some to still think about their money.
Damn, Mihai, someone gave you a thumbs down in chat. That's crazy. I mean, I feel like you understand it quite well. The intro was interesting. It was kind of cool. It was okay. I wasn't too crazy about it, but it was fine with me. What you did after, I thought was just kind of lackluster. I do like the ambient vibes you have on there, though. That was the strong point for me, for sure. There's like a serum preset I made not too long ago that I feel like you would fuck with. We got Moderate Productions. Whoa, I just want to pause and say, like, Audio Instigator said, I stopped making beats after 0 engagement. What? Were you making beats just to get engagement? What do you even mean by engagement here? Like, social clout, internet attention? What? You came with the vibes today. Everyone's coming with vibey beats for some reason. I thought this was gonna like maybe drop into something. I just felt kind of like the drums were a little lackluster for me. It didn't really do anything. I feel like you could have thrown in some like interesting percussion sounds in there to kind of bring things together a bit better. That's kind of my takeaway. To get back to Audio Instigator, you have over 100 beats on your channel and not many subs. I'm gonna say one thing. Like, if you want attention online, it has nothing to do, well, it does have a little bit to do with the quality of your beats, but like there's a lot more to it than that. And I feel like I can understand this because as someone who has garnered some level of internet attention, helped other people garner their own level of internet attention to the point where they're getting paid by brands and shit like that. I feel like, you know, like that's a whole different discussion. feel like your mix is kind of a mess. Like there's just a lot of muddiness going on. The 808 kind of, I don't really like the 808, but that's besides the point. The mess is just the mix, kind of like, I want to go into this project file and fix the mix. That's kind of how it makes me feel. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get a little surgical with your EQ. Not like surgical, but like a little more mindful, like I was saying. Cut some stuff out if you don't need it. This is just probably something like I've learned a bit more just like doing sound design, because it's like I'm making the sound, so there's like very clearly some terrible frequencies I want to get rid of. But the same can be said about your beat. You just got to listen a little closer. An engineer, we should do a collab. What would we even collab on? What do you think we would collab on? That's the real question. Someone also said just like have fun with your beats. Do what you want to do. And I was trying to like pull up my YouTube analytics because I wanted to like, kind of speak on that, because not many people know this, but like 2025, the year started. I kind of changed how I do content as a whole, right? I changed how often I post. I started doing it instead just like, let me have fun, let me do it how I kind of started doing it, because for a while I was like listening to other people, how often I should upload, when I should upload, what I should be uploading, all that shit. It wasn't working. Views were not good. Shit was going downhill. And I actually looked at my analytics like the other day. You could see like everything was going down. 2025 starts, you can see everything going right back up. Because at the end of the day, it's not about like how much you post. Well, it is a little bit, but like it's not about how frequently, how often you're posting. If you're posting 5 times a day, it's not as crucial as like posting what you believe in, being yourself. You know what I mean? Who makes Minecraft type beats? You need to be timed out for that. That's a sin. 1 week. You're banned. We got Trippy Sneak. This is like elevator music. I'm not gonna lie, this is not the jazziest beat all day. It's kind of got elevator music vibes to me. I'm not really crazy about the drums, but it's okay. It's a little plain. Cool ass chop. Yeah, I think the chop's pretty cool. My cat's going crazy in the background, but I think it's pretty cool chop. I feel like the kick, you know, had some good thump to it. I would have liked a little bit more punch to it, maybe a tiny bit more impact, but you could just get that with sidechain. Pretty good overall. Lost. I can tell what's lost. Like, the quality of your mix is lost because of what is going on, bro. What you saw flash on screen was my tabs, and my tabs are, well, I had my YouTube analytics open. In terms of your beat, though, the mix is just pretty dookie. There's a lot of frequencies fighting for the same space. This is exactly what I was talking about with the EQ. You got to go in here. You got to find, okay, damn, this thing, it needs to be more in the high mid, whatever. This need to make some room here. You know what I mean? Get a little surgical. You don't even have to do that much. Like, this is a little dramatic. Like, I don't know, a 2 dB boost is pretty good. 2 dB cut is pretty good. You don't have to get too crazy. Just do something at least. RPK. I'm terrified to listen to this beat because what is this picture, bro? What is this? I'm scared. No, you had this sick fucking percussion section, bro. Why did you do this? You had this really cool, like, everything was building, stuff was hype. It was so cool. The drop was ass. It was pure ass. Killed all the vibes right there. It was like the horse meme, you know, where you have the end of the horse, it's this gorgeous drawn horse, and then the head of the horse is just terrible. That's what happened here. And the sad thing is, it's not even a bad, like, beat at this point. Like, it's not bad. It's just the drop was so underwhelming that it made me not like it. It's just, that's not good arrangement. Honestly, that's all it comes down to. It's just not good arrangement at that point. It's not bad melody, bad beat, none of that. It's just bad arrangement. Inferno, we already listened to one of your beats. You can only submit one. That's not how it works. So we gotta listen to this. Also, somebody asked me what PC I have. That's a good question. I got some Alienware PC that cost me an arm and a leg. That's why you never see my legs. Good and affordable PC. Honestly, you can just get like a gaming laptop and you're pretty good. I have a gaming laptop. You probably can't see it, but I have a gaming laptop over here. My old one. I used to make beats on it. I'm selling it. This is like a plug. No, I'm kidding. I'm selling it to people like locally in my area, but you can just get like a decent gaming laptop for like $500-$600. You're good. You don't need a GPU. You don't need anything crazy like that. Just like focus on like your CPU. Get a 1K. Yeah, honestly, you can get a 1K PC. There's a lot of really good PCs out there for relatively decent price. But anytime you buy a PC, you're gonna be spending a good chunk of money. I don't mind the panning hi-hats. What I mind is the artwork here, the cover art. It doesn't even match the beat. Like, I don't understand. What's the point? You titled it Meow. The cat's not meowing. The cat is enraged for whatever reason. And then we have this really chill, like, ambient track behind it. I have to give you a complaint about it. It's just basic. That's kind of what it is. Like, there's... Slow down, Riley. I'll try. I feel like it's a little basic. Was that slow enough for you? We got muton, muton, mutone, Mewtwo. I don't like what you did with that CTM. Like, I feel like that was a little criminal to remove the low end from it so much. There's no kicks in this beat. What do you mean it's too busy with the kicks? Also, I got a cat hair in my eye, and I'm like allergic to my cat. This is gonna be fun times. I really just feel like this kind of comes down to a sound selection issue. Like, the hi-hat was not the right choice. What you did with the CTM was criminal, like cutting out all that low. So that just was nonsensical. I don't know why you did that. There is a kick, bro. I didn't even hear the kick. Yeah, the kick is also kind of criminal. It's a little too punchy. It doesn't even work with the 808s you're using, I feel. It's just a sound selection thing. That's kind of what this comes down to. You chose the wrong sounds. I don't know why you chose the wrong sounds. What was that growl at the start? I'll play that back. Don't get me wrong though, I think the melody's kind of cool. I'm not mad about the growl. I feel like it's okay. That's your tag? We need to get you a new tag. Listen, this is a sound selection issue. And yeah, it's just 100% a sound selection issue here. I feel like the 808, like, it is kind of in key. It's just dissonant at times. I mean, the sounds are okay. This is my problem with these kinds of beats. They all kind of sound the same after a while. and I feel like a longer 808 would have been nice too. Nabil. Can we, like, not start by destroying my speakers? feel like it's okay. The mix is a little rough. That's kind of my takeaway. Like the melody maybe could be a little bit quieter. And then you don't need to force the 808 and everything to be so intense. But I feel like it's okay. It's a little repetitive, but that's no big deal. Probably high too. Kuro beats, freestyle boom bap type beat. Listen, if this is not the craziest freestyle boom bap type beat I've ever heard, you got to get rid of this picture.
All we have is 3 suspects wearing scarves over their faces.
Hey, you tried and you succeeded. I think you did a good job. You did a pretty good job. I feel like you could have given the drums a little bit more of like that old school kind of boom bappy vibe. Little trick, if you want to know, you can just like slap like RC20 on there, kind of play around with the settings. You don't want to cut out the lows, obviously, but just play around with it a little bit, and you can get something kind of a little more of that vibe. I feel this is cool though. It's definitely cool. You're using BeatStars. Plug.mp3 says that they're using BeatStars only because they make a contract for you when you lease or make an exclusive license. I'm pretty sure they all the major beat selling platforms do that. And like once you've made the license, like what's stopping you from taking that license and just reusing it and doing it yourself? Is this VST free? No. Y'all gotta buy VSTs most of the time. If you want quality stuff, you typically have to pay money for it.
Zai on the track.
I think your mix is a little questionable. Like you're doing some okay stuff. The melody's just really quiet. I thought the little melody phrase you had where it was like doing the 3 notes and then the 4 notes to resolve, I thought that was fine. I thought it was okay. The drums are a little bland, but you know what? Overall, it's not too bad. You've already submitted and you got banned for your terrible submission. Joe's Nolting. I like it. You did some good stuff here. I like the switch. Your arrangement was interesting. It was nice. Good work. Honestly, this is pretty good stuff. I don't have anything really negative to say. You've submitted like 3 beats, bro. You got to calm down. You've submitted 1. You're in the peasant class. It's not how it works. Listen, I know it's a questionable start, but I feel like this can go so hard.
They're bringing drugs.
Shut the fuck up.
They're bringing crime.
Shut the fuck up.
They're rapists.
Honey, you're out of your element.
Yeah, I'm actually a nice person.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little underwhelmed by the drop. I thought at the beginning, you had a really cool thing. I feel like it could have dropped into something way cooler. Wasn't for me, the drop. Also, like, I feel like you're using a kick here if you're not bad 808 choice, but like the kick, just no, don't. I feel like it doesn't work, it doesn't fit.
Classic.
I feel like the snare is a little loud, but like it's pretty good. It's a little repetitive after a bit, but it's not bad. It's pretty solid overall. The beat's nice. I like how it comes in. The drop is good. The arrangement, it could be better, but the beginning of it is very strong. That's like a very questionable statement. I can hear real rappers on this. What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean, bro? This is really nice. My only concern, I guess, is it feels a little busy, a little muddy here. So some of the drums get a tiny bit drowned out. It's clean though. It's very clean. How long do we spend reviewing beats? That's a very, very good question. We spend until we hit the time limit. So that's usually like 2-3 hours, I find. If you're an OG, you probably remember the days where we would do like the 5-6 hour streams, and holy fuck. I'm glad we don't do that anymore. Off the rip, I don't agree with your drums. Yeah, I feel like for the switch, the guitar was just not the right choice. There's like some interesting ideas here that should have been fleshed out maybe in a different way, but you still had some interesting ideas. That's like the silver lining here, you know what I mean? You're new here, congrats. That's wonderful. I'm glad you're new here. Hopefully you return. I've been trying to get my returning viewers metrics up, you know what I mean?
Hey, yo, True, play that shit back.
You had it in the bag and then you took it out of the bag and threw it at the wall. I don't know why you did this to yourself. You just needed to get a cleaner mix. That's all you needed to do. Like, you had everything else, but then you just destroyed the mix. It's still hard though. Like, it's still a good beat. Everything about it is still pretty good. It's just the mix is a little messy, a little muddy. It should be cleaned up. I'm gonna do what I've never done before, and I'm gonna press on a Google Drive link. We're never gonna do this again. Access denied. I'm not doing this, bro. This is why I don't do Google Drive links. Access denied. Here, I'll show you even. Access denied. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, Timmy makes beats. Does Timmy make beats? Let's find out.
Too many times I told you, stop playing with
Are you trying to get a copyright? You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it.
me, go play with your kids. I don't wanna hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I'm way too busy to hate on a bank account unless she banking on tits. I came up for nothing, was laying on bricks and sleeping in bundles and paying no rent. Everyone loves you, but fame don't exist. When I made a million,
I really don't like the beat. I get the vocals are there. It's hard to look past the vocals and just only hear the beat. Timmy makes songs. This is a remix. This is Joyner Lucas's vocals. If you're not familiar with Joyner Lucas, a lot of people clown on him.
they said that I switched. My watch is too pricey, my chain is on lit, my diamonds are icy. I'm skating on this. Skating like Gretzky back in the 80s and running from 12, but that isn't Brady. You is jail, but that doesn't faze me. I keep to myself.
I think probably my biggest beef with the beat is that the vocals kind of lay over top of it in such a way that the beat is drowned out. The drums are pretty drowned out. So you can't really hear the melody, because you do have some cool stuff going on in the melody. You have some nice things happening. The drums I'm a little meh on, just because they're a little plain, a little basic. And they're just kind of hitting my face, and that's not like with a purpose, just smacking me in the face. You know what I mean? Club 2010s. Hot take. I feel like it would have been really cool if you switched the bass sound in this section. You know what I mean? Go to a bit more of like a mustard bass. Don't get me wrong though, it's still pretty cool. I feel like you did nail that 2010 kind of club track vibe. As someone who spent most of their life growing up in the 2010s, like the teen years, that's where I was at. Dubstep at the end, okay. If you're a member, you can enter 3 beats in the members beat review section. If you're not a member, you got 1 submission in this channel. I like the piano, I don't like the drums, I don't like the sound selection on the drums, and I don't really love their patterns, but I'm gonna skip to this like dubstep bit that you're talking about.
You be outside, the one my steppers never robbers.
I feel like we need to have a talk about what dubstep is, because that doesn't really feel like dubstep. Good piano though, I'll give you that. Power to your piano. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to say it. Just because you slap dubstep drums on it doesn't make it dubstep. Frizz break. What? I gotta sneeze. Oh, my goodness gracious. That was painful. Oh. You know when you sneeze and your face hurts? That's me every day. We got an Audio Mac thing. I've never... Okay. It's a Mike Tyson type beat. Oh no, it says Mike Towers, not Mike Tyson. I mean, the melody's not bad. It's just the drop was weird. I hate Audio Mac. The drop was weird. I felt like the drop was kind of wonky. The drums in general were just not it for me. Yeah, it's just the drums. Honestly, you need to work on your drums because that's not it. Never opening Audio Mac again. Please don't send me Audio Mac links. Why'd bro put the Persona 5 logo over top of this? Real ones remember that Mike Tyson did like a whole, what was it? He did I'm Mike Tyson. He did his little rap song, whatever. It was awful. Everyone made fun of him for his lisp. Real ones remember.
Yon evening.
It's cool, but your kick's not hitting. Like, not at all. It's really cool. It's just the kick is not hitting. I feel like you could do a fair bit of things to make it hit more. I could tell you all these things, or you could figure them out yourself. Your choice. Fusion dance. bounce here. Definitely got a bounce. It's just you don't have much melody going on. It gets repetitive after a while. The 808's a little too quiet. It's not really. It's there, but it's not there. It's not doing much for me. But the rhythm goes crazy. We got Oscar. You sold. You had a great opportunity for a drop. You could have done something way cooler. I don't think you did it right. Yeah, I had to stop doing that because people got mad at me. I was being a little too harsh. Same with the beat. What were those? The beat fix videos. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got some pushback on that. A lot of cool things going on here. It's just the drop I feel wasn't it for me. I loved what you did with those chords in the beginning, like the automation. That was really cool. You threw in like a cool little melody somewhere around here. That was nice. It was nice. It was good stuff. My throat is crustier than I am. We got attacking. I'm giving I'm giving my honest opinions. That's the thing. It's not about what I'm saying necessarily, because I'm giving the same feedback. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same feedback. It's just the way it's being delivered is in a nicer context. You know what I mean? In the world we live in, everyone could be a little bit nicer. So I feel like, you know what? Why not be the change you want to see or whatever? It's really basic. That's the problem with this. Like, you have this I don't know what the fuck in the back. It's just going do. I can't even line stuff up. It's going do whatever. You know what I mean? It's not the melody, but it's just you're repeating it over and over again, and it's just really plain, really basic. Mix it up. Get a little creative. I don't know. Move something off beat every now and then. You know? You don't need to be so robotic. You have good stuff happening, but you could have it better. Norb.
Guess I go whip out the bow.
Oh, okay, this is a remix. I was about to say, like, I hope these are not your vocals.
No, I can't hit on no brakes. My life is out of control. I'm telling you, nobody's safe. I've been living my life limbo. My ice, it came with a tray. So high, gotta have my face. It's not a rock star phase.
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say this. If any of you ever want to submit a remix again like this, just think to yourself, are you good at mixing vocals? Because, like, a lot of the times I find a lot of producers, yeah, it's probably copyrighted, but what a lot of producers do, they'll take the vocals, they'll just slap them over top of the beat. They don't really mix together, you know what I mean? And this is a good example. They're not mixed in context to each other. It just doesn't work that great.
I'm eating my back in my face. Zip, tell her to go chase. Monkey nuts, homie, baby, I got on 2 chains. Rolling on the blunt and I make motherfucking fame. Spoon on the block, have a pussy nigga stay. I just put on my boots, I ain't worried about no rank. Put a nigga down, channel 2, front page. You was just asking for some change, now you change. Yeah, I told you, yeah, about that money shit is strange. Full load of check, hold up, baby, Jordan pay. I put duct tape on my switch, perfect aim.
It's okay, but like your mix, this is the same thing I was saying. Like the vocals, just they're not mixed with the beat. The beat is drowned out by the vocals. It's okay, but like I can't even get like that great of a listen of just the beat to give you some objective criticism. You know what I mean? Some feedback, really. It's counterproductive to what the whole stream is for. You know? That's my beef with these remixes. This is the world's shortest beat. Whoa. I did not realize this was 38 seconds. It's okay. It's not really my type of beat. I'll give it another listen. Okay, so the hi-hat sample, not loving it for this beat. The drums are a little drowned out. Melody's super repetitive. That's the 3 takeaways. We got J. So I feel like you have good drums. The drums are fine. The mix on them could be better, but they're okay. The rhythm and stuff, that's fine. The issue here is the melody. The melody just doesn't work rhythmically with the drums. It doesn't make a lot of sense at times. And it's just kind of what is going on. Like it's just there. You know what I mean? When you make a beat, you want the drums and the melody to work together. That's not really happening here. You got Peter Pounder. Also Phrygian, okay. I would have liked to see you mix up the 808 pattern a little bit more, but I feel like you kind of were going for one of those mixes where the bass was supposed to drown everything out, and I think that worked quite well for you. It still sounded kind of clean. It worked. Just the 808 pattern being so repetitive was not the greatest. Katy Perry type beat from the hood. I don't know why bro submitted 3 in a row. You get 1, and I'm gonna pick this one. I have like so many things I feel like I could say. Like as I was listening, it just kind of kept going, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty certain this is like a sample you used. I have no issue with the sample. It's fine, whatever. It's just what were you doing with the drums? You know what I mean? Like you have this snare come in. Okay, the snare's a little loud. Weird sound selection. Wasn't crazy about it. Then you have the accent snare come in again. Weirdly loud. Weirder sound selection. I wasn't going for that. I was not a fan of your sound selection in the slightest. When the 808 was by itself, it kind of worked, but the 808 was a little drowned out by your sample. I didn't like the hi-hat pattern here either. And the hi-hat sound selection I thought was a little questionable for this beat too. Not what I would have done. Appreciated. I don't like your sound selection here. You had like some good stuff. You had a nice ambience. You had some nice rhythms going on. Kind of came down a little bit more to sound selection. Like I didn't love like the thump. I think it was your kick, maybe your 808. I'm not too sure. It had like a lot of low end thumpiness to it that I wasn't too crazy about, and it kind of made your overall mix a little dirty there. You're back after 2 months. You don't know if I remember you. Well, to be honest with you, I don't recall who you are. There's a lot of these submissions. I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. You got bombed. It feels like you saturated your kick too much. You gave it too much punch. It came in really weird. It just felt like it's lacking that low end. Also kind of feels like your melody is taking up so much room that your drums are suffocating a bit. Another beat. This is a little pet peeve, but when you chop things up like this, let me show you an example. Do I even have like a loop on hand that I could just whip up? Don't worry about it, right? So like if you chop something up like that, don't worry about it. This is a terrible example. Let's say you chop this up, right? And you just want like this section. Ooh, you want this section here for whatever reason. You're gonna introduce like a little bit of popping because it's like not where the sample starts, right? So you wanna just cut some of that out. And you had a little bit of that popping going on, and that really bugs me. I like the idea. I don't like how it came in. Like, I don't like what happened. I feel like that should have just been the intro. It shouldn't have been anything more. And it should have just dropped into a completely different type of beat. And the drums have like a really weird rhythm, and every melody you've had has drowned out your drums substantially. TJ Gamer Pro, I didn't know we had a pro gamer in the Discord. I don't know why, but it sounds like you just threw a limiter on everything and it messed up your overall mix. The piano does sound immaculate though, I'll give you that. And I feel like that snare sound you used is not it. Give me a goddamn break from the kick though, please. This would have hit so much better just like right here if you just calm down on the kick. Stop the kick. Give me just the melody. I like digicore melodies. Nah, I think you nailed the digicore melody. It's a little drowned out by the drums. You spam the drums a bit too much. Let the beat talk, you know? You don't need to have drums all the time. I know you said mastered, but this sounds like a really bad master. There's just like too much high end, really. That's kind of how it feels, like way too much high end. Yeah, it does kind of have that rage vibe. Also, Hyperoid Entertainment, you're probably not even here right now, but this is like the most shameless self promo I've seen today. If you are here, I just want to say that's not the way to do it. Like that's not the right way to promote yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I just dropped this song. You've given me zero reason to listen to it. You know what I mean? I'm doing a stream where I'm giving feedback to people's music. I have no reason to listen to it. That's a problem right there. Whoa, what happened in that first second? That was kind of weird. You should probably fix that. I'll go to 155 though, like you said. Little life lesson. More drums does not mean more bounce. Does not mean better. Doesn't mean anything, actually. And in this case, I think it means not as good. right? You've got this like ambient melody, and you're just slapping a bunch of drums in there. Like you've got the clap hitting on each beat. You've got like a bunch of shit just happening, and it feels kind of pointless. It feels aimless. It doesn't really align with the melody in any rhythmic sense. And that switch there was really dissonant. I'm realizing that's the 808 that's giving the dissonance, I think. Mad Boy made a mad beat. With a little work, I think this piano could be a little bit better. What is with people like, I feel like this has to be a limiter, because there's no way everything's ducking so badly when your 808's hitting. I don't know why, but it just sounds like everything's coming a little bit more from the right, or yeah, that's the left, my bad. Everything's coming a little bit more from the left than the right. I actually just checked my levels. Everything is coming a little bit more from the left, so that's a little weird. I don't know why you've got that kind of panning going on. It's not good to do that. Peace, boy.
What up, blood?
Your kick's a little too much. It feels like everything else is like still very present when the kick is hitting. The way you want to add impact at that point, like once you have your kick kind of hitting good enough, you want to sidechain it, right? So you make space for it, because the way shit works in music is you have a limited amount of space before it just sounds terrible, and you're walking that line a little too closely here, right? I don't know if you did sidechain. If you did, maybe sidechain a bit more, but that's how you want to create that impact, as opposed to just forcing it to be impactful. I'm also not really a fan of the flute sample.
Like this.
It'd be nice to like step away from it too a bit. Money bags.
Shiny beats.
You kind of have this issue we've talked about a few times here, where your melody just doesn't have bounce, really. It doesn't have the bounce that your drums have, and it doesn't really line up in a good way, so it just kind of feels like you have this melody, and then this random-ass drum slapped over top of it. The drums could be as good as possible, the melody could be as good as possible, but they're so independent and separate that it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be coherent. Ah! Don't get me wrong, you have some interesting stuff here. You got some okay things happening. Overall, I thought it could have been better just because the mix was kind of dookie. Like, it sounds like you put EQ on things, you cut stuff out that you probably shouldn't. Like, you definitely shouldn't have cut out. And it kind of made it sound a little, what's the word? Not tinny. Just didn't sound great. That's what I'm gonna go with. Music Kumar. What is with people naming their beat? You cooked on the melody, you kind of fell flat on the drums though. Mix of the sound selection, mix of mixing, mix of just what's going on, kind of. Like, the patterns are just meh, they're okay, it's not the weakest part. The mixing is questionable, like things are just not cutting through very well. And then the sound selection is kind of very questionable too. Like, I didn't really love the sound selection on the hi-hat for this beat. The drop was okay, could have been better. I liked what you did with the melody though. The melody is really cool. You introduced some nice dissonance at times. It was good. Whoa, we got Shaq West, not Sheck West. I feel like you should turn your hi-hats down. You got this weird issue, and I find this happens a lot when people use like a kick in 808. They have their kick hitting really nice, and then they have their 808 just kind of there, and this is what you're having here, where your 808 is just there. It's not doing much. It's just giving almost like meaningless bass at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's filling up your low end, but it's really quiet. It's not adding much to the track. So I feel like you could definitely turn that up, get it mixed with your kick a little bit better so that it doesn't clash necessarily, and you're good. We got a, whoa, bro's putting a free ASAP Rocky beat here. Let's go. Fill was beautiful. I think you have some good stuff here. The melody's a little repetitive. It's okay. It's not bad. With vocals, this would be a little bit better. I think the drums come in nice. The mixing's good. Honestly, I think overall you did a pretty good job. I feel like you could leave a little bit more room in your drums at times, but overall, like, it's a good beat. We got Crossfade.
Come on. Let's get faded.
Your melody high end's a little out of control. I don't think there's too much going on. I feel like maybe like in terms of trap, probably. I just think it's important to realize that trap is like a pretty, in terms of like how much is going on, it's a pretty scaled back genre. Because like the vocals are rhythmic, they're melodic typically. So you have a lot going on. It's just not mixed well together. So it just feels like it's too much. That's kind of the dilemma here. Your drums get drowned out. The high end on some of your melody stuff, it's clearly fighting for that high end space, which is a little weird to do. Jerk drill at 143. Cool. Those slides were questionable. You've fallen into the trap of just spamming slides without any logic or reason. And I can tell there's no logic or reason to these slides. They just feel all over the place, a little goofy. Typically, like, this is just like, I guess, best practice, right? Typically what you'd want to do, right? You have your 808. Let's say you've got like your 808 pattern filling up all this space here, whatever. It's usually like on the 4th bar. That's where you want to do your crazy stuff. Go up here, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? That's where you want to get a little more creative. You don't want to do it everywhere because then it's just a mess. And that's kind of what you have. You have a mess of slides. I don't know jerk drill. I'm not very familiar with it, but this is not very jerk. Yeah, biggest complaint's got to be those slides, though.
No mercy.
I feel like you pushed your kick a little too much. It doesn't need to be this crazy. I feel like some of your rhythms, like between the kick and the 808, they don't really work the greatest together. I don't love how the 808 and the snare are like almost always living together. I feel like it would have been nice to give each of them their own space a bit more. And in terms of like the jerk kind of beats, I feel like you could have got a little bit more drums going in there. You know what I mean? Like you could have had a little bit more going on with your clap, snare, whatever. You know what I mean? Ham duck chicken. I don't know, should I still be expecting a drop, or like, is this actually just the beat? So like, there's a lot here that needs to be improved. The mix is one of them. Your mix is kind of awful. It's loud, but just pushed for no reason. It's just broken. Like it's a broken mix. It sounded really goofy to start. I thought it was just going into like a drop. It didn't go into a drop. And I think that kind of speaks a little bit to the melody, just kind of the mix in general too. There's a lot here. Blue balls type beat. We got Callin'. I don't think your kick and 808 are working together too great. Aside from that, it's a pretty generic trap beat. It's nothing too special. Yeah, biggest complaint's got to be the kick and 808, how they're interacting with each other, not in the best way. 144, I don't know.
Sherry.
Why'd you do that to your kick? I really hope that kick sample didn't sound like that off rip. If it did, it was not meant for this beat at all. And you kind of did that thing we talked about before with like just spamming glides, you know? And I feel like a lot of this kind of comes down to we listen to music and there's certain things that really stick out to us. And then we go back and we're like, okay, I want to make something kind of like that. And when you listen to drill, what sticks out most is these 808 slides. But if you really listen, they're not happening that frequently. You know what I mean? They're not happening that often to the point where it's over the top. And this is one of those cases where it's just over the top. It's too many slides. You're sliding like every 2 bars. That's a lot. You don't need to do that many slides. I feel like your open hat's a little too loud. And your kick just doesn't have enough space. I think the transition little drop idea you had there was interesting. I feel like you could have done some cool stuff with panning there. But the drop was really underwhelming. It didn't hit. Your kick still feels a little lackluster. The 808 just didn't really come in all that strong. That's my takeaways, really. We got Egg, greeting from the keys. Keys in my apartment.
Are you ready?
Check! Check!
I think it's good. I feel like the drums could have like a little bit more snap to them a bit, just kind of side chaining them to stuff. Like the snare, I feel like could stick out a bit more. And it felt tiny bit muddy, but not that bad. I think it's a pretty good, Egg. This is an interesting one. I've never seen someone submit a file that's mp3.flp. We can't listen to that for obvious reasons, though.
Almighty push.
You had something. Listen, wow. When you do that, you need to drop it way better. This is the lackluster drop. You had an interesting little bit going on, right? It was cool. It was something special. It was an interesting little transition moment, right? I thought we were going to share a moment here for a moment. I've said moment at least 8 times now. I thought we were going to share something special, and we didn't. We did not do that. You dropped right back into the original beat, and it just wasn't it. That beat was not it to start, and it was not it after the drop. It just feels too happy. Why are we happy? Like, what are we happy about here? You sold me. I'll buy it. Let's go to 135 though. Let's make sure buyer's remorse could be a thing. I think you earned this. You definitely earned this. You cooked. It's something. It's not something I would typically listen to, but you know what? You did a good job. I'll give you that. The mix overall is pretty solid. Like, some things could stick out a bit more, but you know what? You did good. You did good. Pat yourself on the back. No. Stop. Why did you do this? You had something. I thought you were kind of cooking, low-key. I thought it was cooking, and then you dropped into the most dookie drop I've heard today. No, you're not supposed to bring it back. Don't do that. Stop, please. Please. So first big issue. It sounds like you're just kind of limiting the 808. Not sure why. There's way better ways you could kind of control the levels on that, like a soft clipper, you know, saturate it a bit. Don't do this. And you're just getting these synth sounds, like really high pitched too, and it's like a little harsh at times. There's a lot of things here that could be good, but not in this context. That's the problem here, really. I'm also not that big on your chords. I don't really like them.
Nico, you know what's up.
You know what? I really like the bounce. I felt like the melody kind of got repetitive, but you know what? That's no big deal. The bounce was there. Good mix. The drums were nice. I think you did pretty good. You did pretty good. Yules. Let's find out what you have for us. 129. Why did you pick 129? It's right between 128 and 130. That's a little weird.
Use the French signature.
I feel like your 808's not hitting the way I would want it to hit. Don't get me wrong, you have some good things going here. The rhythms are nice, the melody's kind of cool, it works together, it's coherent. Overall, you did decent. The mix is where it really falls flat. The 808's not really giving me what I want. Some of the drum sounds, I feel like some are too loud, some are too quiet. But overall, you got some good stuff here. I think the mix could clean it up. Small talk, 3:15:25 type beat. Wait a minute, bro made a today type beat? What? I would say it's over repetitive, and it didn't really hit. The mix on it could be better too. Nothing was really cutting through too great in terms of the drums. It wasn't smacking me the way I wanted it to smack me around. Also, pretty fire profile picture. Is that from solo leveling? I'm not sure. I can't see too great. I'm not even gonna say your name because I feel like I would be on a watch list if I did. like some of these higher 808 notes. I think the melody's okay. It's very ambient, whatever. I feel like it just doesn't work the greatest with the drums. Like the drums are really high energy. The melody isn't necessarily there. I feel like you could probably add some things to bring the melody energy up, make it work better with the drums, but I wasn't too crazy about it. Diosa. I feel like this lead pattern is a little amateur, to be honest with you. Because if I don't say feel, people will take it as like an objective fact, and there isn't really an objective fact with music. You know what I mean? There is, but it's a bit more subjective overall. Yeah, I had a beef one time basically. Overall though, the beat's questionable really. Like the lead pattern was not it. Like I said, it felt kind of amateur. The drums were meh. I feel like you could do better. Yeah, let's work on the lead pattern and we'll come back to it. Osama Fast. I said fast. I like the melody. I really hate the drums. Yeah, the 808 died or something. Where's the low end? Where is it? There's some good things here, but like it just feels like the drums weren't one of them. And maybe this is just me, because like, you know what, I'm older than 14 or whatever age listens to Osama-san. Osama-san, whatever. It could be a lot better. Like the mix is just not there. It doesn't sound too clean. I loved the melody though. Like I said, I think the melody was good. We got Ray Bloom. This is the last one we're going to be listening to, by the way. You want mixing tips? This thing that you have coming in, painting side to side, it should be a little quieter. Make it more of a background texture as opposed to the main thing. We'll do more. Okay? Since the people are begging, I'm a person for the people. We'll do a few more. I won't tell you how many more, but we'll do some more. Okay? I feel like this is where you shine most, but the melody's a little too loud. Like the drums need to be in there a bit more. That comes down to mixing. You could probably turn them up a little bit. It's video game music, that's why. I think overall though, for video game music, it works. It's not bad. 8-bit racing game gives me Battle Block Theater vibes. Every time I hear video game music like this, it gives me that vibe because the music in that game is phenomenal. Yeah, we'll do this. I don't know why you did this, but your clap is like absurdly quiet. You should turn up the clap. I kind of like what you did with the 808s. I feel like the melody should probably have a little bit more mid frequencies, a little bit more just anything but high end. Gotta wait for a bit. What? I hope this isn't your beat. I've listened to 50 seconds. I think we're good. Sexy drill. Stop. Why? Why did you make the snare so loud? Fill up your low end. You're not doing that. Like, I need some bass. Give me some depth to your beat. The clap is absurdly loud. It's not even a clap. I think it's like a rim or something. Yeah, there's some questionable things in the mix. I think the stomp was cool. The melody's cool. It's not really sexy drill though. I have to say that. Night Ride. I was listening to your lead pattern. I was thinking about that one before where I said the lead was kind of amateur. This is a nicer lead pattern. I don't like how it drops though, to be really honest with you. It kind of just feels like you have this high pitch, high energy stuff, and then it just kind of throws me into something else. I feel like the hi-hat pattern, like being the same thing over and over again, gets a little repetitive as well. You don't even need the drop to be high energy. I feel like what you could have done is just like, okay, so let's say this is like your lead pattern thing, whatever, that you've got going on. This was like your little intro. and you kind of just put your beat here and just drop the beat, right? I feel like you could have left a bar of space and done something with that, or like 2 bars of space, just like some space, do something with it. You could have made something interesting there. So that kind of just comes down to arrangement. And then the hi-hats, like I said, it gets a little repetitive. The balance you had there, you could have added a bit of variation to that as you went. So yeah. Also, Flex and Nocturnal Astro, drop your Discord names in chat. We'll find your 2 beats.
Một mình em lang thang góc phố, môi mỉm cười mà lòng thì còn đau, giọt nước mắt trong tim thật sâu. Mùa đông giờ đây lạnh hơn khi không có những chiếc khó lâu nào, theo những tiếng nhiều người vẫn nói cho em.
The hi-hats are a little loud. I really didn't like that bell too. The bell kind of introduced a lot of dissonance. The cuts were okay, but it would have been nice to cut some things out of the melody. I don't know if you were just using a sampler or what. You're scared, you think I'm gonna cook you? Maybe, who knows? And the hi-hats were just like ungodly loud. You should turn those down. They were drowning out your 808, which is kind of crazy to say. Sauce. It kind of sounds like you just threw a filter on everything and called it a day. I don't know why. I don't really love that. It also feels a little bit too reverbed. The 808 is not really cutting through too great, which is kind of just mixing really. The hi-hat's a bit loud in comparison to the rest of your drums too. And I think a different hi-hat sample could have fit this beat a little bit better, but that's besides the point really. We gotta find Safe Hassan, right? We did, I don't know whose beat that was, but we did that one. Let's find your beat. Beautiful. I think we found it. I'm gonna be really picky here because you're asking me to be harsh. This weird nonsensical thing you're doing with this very clearly guitar VST, I don't love it. Like where you spam the note really fast. I don't think it worked the way you wanted it to work, and I think maybe that kind of just came down to either the VST or either the way you kind of organized your notes, like note length and stuff, and velocity has a lot of importance. And I think you could have probably played around with those depending on your VST to make it better. It kind of sounds like you're just using flex though, and I don't think that's the best VST for this kind of sound. also don't really think your kick is hitting enough. I feel like your kick should be punchier, and it should definitely be sidechained to everything so that it has more impact. To make it punchier, all you have to do is just saturate it. Really easy, like easiest way to do that is just push it a little bit into a soft clipper. I like what you're doing with the violin though. That's nice. We got Just a Dude Being Chill. All right, I'm gonna give you some feedback real quick. Your drums, they're nice. You just have them sounding a little robotic. They sound a little too on grid. If you're not familiar with this is one thing you can do in FL Studio to kind of make them a little less on grid, a little less on time, is just play around with the shift knob. You know, this offsets it. You can see the little value up here. It offsets it like within, I don't even know exactly how it works to be honest with you, but it offsets it by like that many milliseconds. So it's very minor, but it's noticeable, and it creates a little bit more of a natural groove. Night Ride, I listened to yours. What are you talking about? Night Ride, we listened to yours. I like what you're doing with the melody. I do feel like you could have added in some kind of like lead component to fill up some of the space, because it's very empty right now. But overall, like, you do have some interesting stuff here. I do kind of like the drum sounds with what you've done. It has a nice vibe to it. People keep saying I'm skipping some. I know I'm skipping some. I'm doing it intentionally. We have people here to listen to. And I'm pretty certain we listened to Night Ride's beat. Hello, did Night Ride like submit twice, or is there two? There's two of you. There's two of you. Why are there two of you? All right, we'll give this one a listen. You want me to be honest, I'm not really crazy about this melody. I do think you do some interesting things in the beat, like with cutting things out here and there. It's just the melody isn't really it for me. It's more of like the pattern than the sound or anything else like that. And it's just kind of like mixture of the harmony going on with it, mixture of the other notes you're playing with it. It's just, it doesn't really work the greatest in my humble, honest opinion. We're gonna listen to two more beats after this. I've already picked out whose beats they are, so if it's not you, don't be mad. Just submit on time next time, right? I feel like that's an easy ask. All right, Piyush. I felt like your drums were okay. they weren't anything too crazy. They were just okay. A lot of the bounce for drums, in my opinion, kind of comes from the bounce and the melody. Melody had like a okay bounce. The drums were playing off of it fine. You had a weird perk in there that I wasn't too crazy about. That's kind of my biggest complaint with the drums. Yeah, we're gonna be doing this. We do this once a month, the beat review, and then we do a beat battle separate from this, also once a month. And there's prizes. This time around, there's actually gonna be a VST prize, which is kind of nice. You have some cool stuff going on with the melody, honestly, but the way the drums came in was a little questionable, a little intense. Your hi-hats are also like really drowned out. I think the forte of this beat is definitely in the melody, kind of what you've done there. That's what I think, at least. The drums are pretty big, pretty drastic, and I feel like the melody could match that a bit better, but I think it's pretty good. It's interesting, it's unique, it's weird. This is the last one we're gonna listen to from Freya, I think. Let's give it a listen. No, the drums came in fine. Like they were loud and intense. It's just you didn't build me up to that moment. You know what I mean? Don't make it something I can expect necessarily, but build the energy in the way that it feels coherent. I feel like, okay, so this happens to me sometimes when I make melodies. I'm like, okay, let me start it with some kind of harmony or like an idea of a harmony or whatever, you know, concepts of a plan type harmony shit. And I'll like lay down, I'll even show you what I'm talking about. I'll be like, I'll go into my whatever instrument I've got, right? And I'm like, okay, damn, that's loud. And I'm like laying down my chord in like a broken up way. And I listen back to it, right? This is gonna sound probably goofy. Oh. Right? It sounds goofy. And then I think to myself, damn, this is not it. And I delete it. It feels like you didn't do that part, right? In this beat. You kind of laid down whatever concepts of harmony, whatever, just a bunch of notes. They didn't really seem too great together. They just were there. And then you added in a bunch of notes around it to kind of make it work, and it sort of worked, but not quite. And then you threw the drums in, and they just had kind of a matching rhythm. Things were just kind of okay around everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, you can't submit any more beats. The submissions are closed. We're done. That's it. There's no more beats being listened to. That's the stream. I appreciate all of you coming out. We'll be doing another one next month, so if you missed this month, don't worry, you've got a chance next month. We also are doing a beat battle, so if you want to get prizes. I don't even know how much the total prizes are. It's probably like total all prizes collectively like over $500 at least, kind of like last time. I'll post about it soon though. Anyways, thank you for coming. Thanks for submitting your beats. I know it's not easy. I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Peace.